Hey, everybody. I'm Monty Mont.
And I'm Tiff.
And these
Are a few
are our favorites.
things.
So I gave you a little extra shine there. Give you a little extra shine.
Yeah. I've been working on my soprano.
It's you know what? If we had time, we chart these intros how far we've come.
Yes.
But
We should do that like at the end of the year.
really, I know we should just wrap it up and do a little thing on that. I should have them edit that. But okay, guys, welcome to another episode of our favorite Sings podcast. And man, we're excited to be with you guys again. First things first, Tiff, how you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. So much to talk about. So quick station identification, guys. I guess this will be the first one you see. We're going to do a couple of quick hit shows. Take a little break. Season 3, we're going to come back. We're going to be back in studio, which I'm very excited about.
Woo! Insert a pause.
Yes, right. Yeah. Thank you, Zoom, but it's not the same. We're going to actually we got some couple shows for that. We're actually going to do a live show as well. We hope you guys be with us for that, live on Instagram. We need your input. We'll give you more details on that as well coming up. So just a couple of things. So, to fill in the gaps and things like that. So today, though, first, we wanted to hit, and I thought we had talked about one of these before, but I guess we hadn't, but it kind of is good because now we can talk about two. There have been a couple of biopics. We know movies have not been as strong as, they wanted to be, pandemic and whatnot, but still through streaming and some other places like that, there've been some good ones. And two singer biopics came out recently. And one was the United States versus Billie Holiday, and the other one was Respect, which is the Aretha Franklin biopic. So, Billie Holiday, it came out a couple months ago on Hulu, yeah. And then Respect has been out for maybe 2 or 3 weeks as of right now. And so we wanted to just break them down a little bit and just talk about how we felt about both of them, because first of all, we welcome it. Showcasing 2 African-American singers who did amazing things for the culture, extremely powerful voices in singing and outside of it as well. So first, let's give our overviews on both movies. So Tiff, what do you think about the United States versus Billie Holiday?
I thought it was phenomenal. Like, it was absolutely amazing. I think I'm a fan of Billie Holiday. I am also I'm familiar with her work. I am a fan of Audra Day, but now I don't even know if I like her as Billie Holiday. Like, I just want to hear her singing Billie Holiday songs at this point.
Well, yeah, that's such a great, I guess we're going to kind of talk about both at the same time.
Yeah.
But put it like this, not knowing a whole lot personally about Billie Holiday, I know much more about Aretha. Andrew Day, which we should have said, who starred in this, I was like, wow, I don't know Billie Holiday, but I think that's pretty close to.
She nailed it.
But the difference, of course, with Respect, which has Jennifer Hudson, you kind of know it's always Jennifer Hudson in the movie, but it was just in terms of I couldn't believe how well Andrew Day acted.
Wow. Yes.
He was amazing.
Yeah, I was like really blown away by her performance. Like, it was crazy. And I don't know if you're familiar with Lady Sings the Blues. Yes. Which would have, that had, of course, we know Billie D. Williams and Diana Ross starring her. And during that time, I think that was a story well told, but they still couldn't really say too many things, I think, given the time that was done. That movie was done. And United States versus Billie Holiday kind of breaks everything down and lets us know, really the lowdown, like really what happened to Billie Holiday. And I thought it was phenomenal. If I could rate it from 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it a 10.
Oh wow. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's high praise.
Yeah.
Now they're biopics, but they're two different kind of movies, because the United States versus Billie Holiday is really it's almost a thriller, so to speak, because they really are coming after her.
Yes.
Because there's a song called Strange Fruit, which is extremely controversial back then, still unfortunately kind of controversial now. And yeah, there was a big thing. There's a whole, throughout the movie, like an agent is tracking Billie Holiday, and there's like this specter of the government really trying to come against her, which is crazy. But you got to remember those times back then.
Yes.
And not to say that Aretha did not go through some things as well,
Yeah,
which
I'm sure.
we'll get to in a minute. But it really is it's not so much just a celebration. Billie Holiday, you get some real gritty, hard things. And I knew she had a hard life, but this really showed it in a lot of ways.
Yes.
Which I had no. Did you know anything about this? I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know the government was on her like that.
No, I mean, not in detail like that. I absolutely did not. So of course, after seeing the movie, because again, watching Lady Sings the Blues, you see it, but not really. It doesn't really tell you exactly what's going on. And I knew that there was controversy surrounding that song, but I had no idea how deep it really was.
Yeah. So it was well portrayed, I should say, as well. United States vs. Billie Holiday was directed by Lee Daniels, who did Precious, did some other things as well, an experienced director in that. And it's Andre Day, Trevante Rhodes is in it, Garrett Hedlund, very good cast and very well done. Billie was, complicated, very much so. There's a lot of layers. And the thing with biopics is you can never really get to the fullness of a person's life. It's just not enough time. Even in documentaries, they don't always get everything as well. And so let's transition that then to Respect, which is, and now there's been a few on Aretha as well. Lady Sings the Blues. There's been a couple in.
Wait, but before we go into that, can you give me your rating on United States versus Billie Holiday?
I gave it, okay, if we're going to go out of 10, so this is not the We Seen It podcast. Out of 10, I'll give it a solid 7. What I didn't like was the movie itself. I thought they spent a little too much time on the agents. Like, there was a lot of just dealing, and which is good to see, but there would just be times where you're just spending, they're just talking, and I was like, okay.
Fair.
It was a little, not on the Billie side, which I was totally fascinated by, but just, I thought they kind of spent a little too much time on that, but it is what it is. But I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay.
So Respect, your thoughts on Respect?
Okay, so if I'm honest, we've covered, Aretha Franklin several times on the show. So I'm a fan of Aretha, of course, but my rating is not so high for this movie. I was a little underwhelmed, actually, with this. There was a docuseries that actually came on television for Aretha Franklin, and I enjoyed that better than the movie itself. Jennifer Hudson is great, but I got more Jennifer Hudson than I got Aretha Franklin. And so for that reason, I didn't really like it. I also, the reasons why I liked the Billie Holiday movie was because it did kind of open up some doors and answer some unanswered questions that people had. And I didn't really get that from this movie, from Respect. I thought that they were maybe trying to protect her legacy a little by not exposing some of the truths, but that's what we want in a documentary film. That's what we want. We want to know like lift the rug up and let it all out. And that's what we wanted. And I didn't really get that. So there was some things that I think that could have been told better. Like the part, of course, with her having a child at a young age. Right. Spend a little time there, and tell us, what happened. And I just think they just touched and went kind of fast on some of the things. And I wanted them to live there for a second and tell us some things. And I didn't get that.
Very, very true. And what we have to understand is this, because I heard this play out in the movie, the Bohemian Rhapsody movie, which was about Queen and Freddie Mercury, is the fact that depending on who owns the music and who has a say on the music, they told the people of Bohemian Rhapsody, if you guys want to really show the dirt, you can't use the songs, and they're like, if you want to really use the songs, then we get control over what y'all, and that happens sometimes where, depending on whose, legacy is protecting, who gets to say what, they won't always let you put everything you want into it, or if you can't, and especially in a music documentary, you want to hear the songs. So it's like, and so I don't know if this was the case here, but I do agree.
Could have. Yeah.
They glossed over a lot of that, because I mean, there was just a scene where all of a sudden she had kids, and I was okay, all right. You know what I mean? It was just very ambiguous, but I'll tell you this, because I agree with everything, and I will honestly say, United States versus Billie Holiday is a better made movie. I will definitely say that, and like you said, it gave us some of the dirt on the fingernails, if you will. But what I am a sucker for, and what they did in Respect, I love, and I don't know how accurate and true this was, but I love seeing the culmination of songs come together, like how the studio, and you get a lot of that in Respect, where she's working with the Muscle Shoals band, which is an all-white band, and they're tinkering with, do you, that's an Otis Redding song. A lot of people don't know that Respect was an Otis Redding song. They had me, I was so just deep into that. And Aretha, which people don't know, was a very good musician. She's a very good piano player. And just them, and they would spend time in that. I said to myself, I know this is just for me. I was like, I know, not everybody's going to translate, because the music's got a lot of flaws in it. But that was just, I love that part. And I got to say this, really surprising performance from Marlon Wayans. I didn't know he was in this. And at first I was like, who is this guy? Because, I'm just looking, and I was like, wait a minute. So I go to IMDb. I was like, is that Marlon? Because you're not used to a comedic guy being so serious. And I was just shocked. And Forrest Whitaker's in it. Titus Burgess, Audra McDonald. Very good cast as well. Lisa Tommy is the director as well. So again, different movies, different things that they showcase. I very much agree with you that they seem to kind of more protect Aretha's legacy with this. And that's what you're going to get sometimes in these biopics as well. But just her in the lab working on her sound, I
think that might be very true, because even in the biopic, that is the way that they actually depicted her coming up with those songs and stuff like that. So I think that might be very true.
Yeah, it was worth me watching, because at first I was just kind of like, okay, I could see where they were going with it, but as soon as they hit that, I said, wow, okay, I do love that part. But I think that, now, did you see? I did not see the one before that with Lord, the great actress. They did another Aretha biopic. Not that.
Is it the one that was on TV? The one it was like a 3-part, because that's the one I'm talking about.
Let me check real quick.
It was just called Aretha.
Cynthia Erivo, wasn't she? I don't know if I'm mixing my things up here. Let me look and see very quickly. Okay, was the TV series Genius? Like the Genius?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
See, I didn't see that one. But
okay.
That's with Cynthia Erivo, with another amazing actress.
And that's the one I saw.
Okay.
I did see that.
How'd you like that one?
And I loved it.
Okay.
I actually really liked that a lot.
Interesting. Yeah, and I have not seen that, but I didn't know that was a TV. Okay, I thought that was a movie. That makes sense. And maybe they just have more time to put stuff in there as well. But I would, again, for different reasons, I like that one.
Yeah.
But I really, as a movie, if this was a We Seen It thing, we would definitely give the nod more so United States versus Billie Holiday. But both of these women, there was a commonality between them where, in those days, coming up as a Black singer, I don't care how talented you are, it is hurdles. You got to jump, and
oh yes,
dealing with these men that they had to deal with in their lives was no joke as well. Very much the record executives. There is this common theme that ran through both of these movies for sure. And these women were still able to accomplish some amazing things and some great things. So check out both. I know I had to go through a couple different channels to see Aretha. I can't tell y'all everything about that, but I know United States versus Billie Holiday is on Hulu, so I can check that out now. But anything else, Tiff, to wrap these two?
No. Overall, I liked both movies, but obviously we know which one I liked better. But both of them are worth seeing. I will say that. We do have to revisit Mahalia. We have to come back and talk about that one.
Yeah. Okay. And I'll tell you what too. Because fortunately you weren't able to be on when we talked about the Questlove documentary, and the Mahalia clips in that are just unreal. So yes, we'll definitely have to do our Mahalia as well. So guys, again, giving just a little mini show. Check us out. Stay with us. Our Favorite Sings podcast. We got a couple more of these coming up. Some topical things. You guys seem to like our topical stuff. You know what I mean? I noticed we do pretty good. So we got some more coming up as well. Stay with us. Mighty Sharp Network. You know where to find us at. Guys, be blessed. Stay sharp.